All right, my friends, how are you? Aaron here bringing you daily horoscope for the 28th, 29th of September, whichever day it is you're watching this. We've got Mercury Retrograde. Mercury Retrograde in the sign of Libra. Sign about balance and justice, making it right for all parties. The best compromise is when both parties leave unsatisfied. So they say, whoever they is. Now, Saturn is in Aquarius there, air sign. We got the North Node, air sign in Gemini. We've got the Sun, Mars, and Mercury all in the sign of Libra. The Sun and Mars creating a trine over there to Saturn. Saturn making the trine down there to the South Node. All of these still creating this grand air trine kite that we've been talking about now for a couple of weeks here. This is about knowledge, information. The sun today is going to be exact over the next 2 days anyway, between today, Tuesday, Wednesday, trine to Saturn. And the moon here, square. So tonight, I'm putting this out, or what was it, 4 o'clock here? 4 o'clock on Tuesday, 4:30. So, yeah, 11 p.m. tonight. Now we're going to have the moon square the sun. And to Wednesday, we're going to have the moon square Mars. So that's the aspects. What does this all mean? What in the world is going on? Well, one is understanding who we are. That the trine kite we've been talking about. Seeking information, seeking who we are, not getting lost in the crowd, but understanding the individual uniqueness that we bring to the environment, right? The you that's showing up to be you, your own uniqueness. Now, here in Libra, the Sun, Mars getting closer conjunction together, the Moon, emotional needs. Down in the sign of Cancer. The moon is home in the sign of Cancer. It's the only thing that's kind of got its home right now. So the moon has a lot of weight in its home in Cancer because Mars is in its fall and so is Venus. They're both in the places opposite of where their home is, opposite of their strength, their strong points. Venus would be, of course, in the sign of Taurus and Libra, and Mars would be in the sign of Aries and Scorpio. So we're off. We might not be feeling our 100%. The moon tucked back now. This is something that we all deal with. This is information, feelings that we all deal with. There can be something happening in the community, something happening, an event, something we want to go see, hang out, do, whatever. But then we have the emotions. Something we talked about the other day, I said, you're not your emotions. And you're not. We're an accumulation of multi-dimensional beings. The emotions are just these one dimension, but it's such a strong dimension in our world, in our atmosphere, and whatever, our universe, our personal universe, so that we can. How often have you said, like, oh my God, I'm so glad I went out last night. I'm so glad that you told me to come out and invited me out. And I'm so glad I did, because I was in a funk. I was in a rut. I was in this weird spot. I didn't think I was going to have fun. I didn't think I was going to have a good time. I didn't feel welcomed. I didn't feel attractive or whatever. This is that square right here. Okay. That feeling, if we've ever had that feeling, this is one aspect of that feeling. All right. Now, there's always multiple ways to look at everything. This is one of those aspects where it's just saying my emotions are overwhelming me so much that it doesn't matter. There's things going on outside in the world that I want to do. There are people that I want to connect with. There are things that I want to see. But my emotions are running the show. And I don't want to go do anything. I don't, and we can kick ourselves for this. If we're allowing our emotions to rule us, to run us, we're losing. And this energy is being pulled into connecting with other people. And if we're constantly having to pull back, and I can't be around other people because I'm dealing with all my inner world, it's like there's another entire, aspect of reality. You know what I mean? If we talk about our emotions, it's just such a sliver. You know, it's like 1/10 of the reality of an experience of a human being. So if that 1/10, I mean, that's not accurate math. I don't really know what it would be, but let's just say it is 1/10. That 1/10 of you is ruling you. 1/10 of you is running the show, and whatever that 1/10 feels, whether it's real or not, is now prohibiting you, stopping you, denying you from expansion. Okay, and why is expansion important right now? We're going about Mercury retrograde creating a trine over here to Jupiter. Mars and the Sun saying yes, moving forward, taking actions to connect with other people. And Saturn is saying, yeah, don't lose sight of yourself by just evading everything. You see this little quincunx back here? These two don't see eye to eye right now. Saturn's like, look, you got to get up. You got to get out on the monkey bars. We got to clean you up, put you back on the playground, friend. You know? And this is like, dry your eyes. Wipe the snot off your nose so other kids will play with you. Little T-square happening as well to Chiron. You know, this is like, I don't know if I can. I'm being buried under the avalanche of my own emotions, and I don't know if I'm adequate or good enough or smart enough. And it's just like, man, we just have to do it. You just have to do it. You know, this is not trying to be a Nike commercial, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's just like, this is like the goat starving itself at the bottom of the you know, the mountains, saying, I just don't have the strength to go up there, so I guess I'm gonna die down here. And it never tries. And that's not the energy where we're at right now. You know, so there's this yearning, pulling feeling saying, get out, communicate, connect with other people. And then we have Mercury retrograde. So now it's this like, and there's a battle. There's this true battle, because there's like a part of this is like honoring our emotions. Moon home in Cancer is honoring ourself, honoring our emotions, honoring feelings. But if those feelings are leading us to depression, if those feelings are leading us to evasion, you know, we're gonna have the moon trine to Neptune. It's easy to evade when the moon's trine to Neptune, and just to live in our own fantasy world, or you know. Another thing here about communication. We're talking about Mercury retrograde. We're talking about the sign of Libra. This is all about other people. And the fact that Mars and the Sun are moving through the sign of Libra during this Mercury retrograde is not a chance. You know, this is us. How often, you know, do we are in communication? Now, sorry, I want to come back because I want to show you this for a second. This is about control. This is really important. I hope we're still with me. I haven't been here in a couple days. Control. Okay. The fixed signs are certainly about control. Who has control of the situation? You know, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. You know what I'm talking about. These are aspects within us that are control. Saturn being the dominant, the authoritative figure. Decisions making, how I'm feeling from other people, how are other people making me feel, which is a really slippery slope, because it's like, well, you feel, but is it really the account of somebody else that's making you feel? Did somebody else choose your emotions for you, or is it a choice that you have? And again, it's paradoxical, because it's like, oh, we had dinner plans tonight, and then you canceled just before. So it's like, okay, well, I feel sad. It's like, did you make me feel sad? No, I mean, your actions, you know what I mean? Like, it's gray territory, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm responsible for my own feelings. So we get into this control aspect going on between the Sun trining over there to Saturn, whereas it's like all the controls, and, you know, it's like, you can't see the cards in my hand. That means I have all the control. Well, we're talking about Mercury retrograde. We're talking about Mars and the Sun in the sign of Libra, Mercury in the sign of Libra. All this is about proper communication, proper dialogue, intellect, information, balanced way of looking at things. When we talk about the air signs, even though it's not a sign ruled by Mercury, it's most certainly it's about communication. It's about intelligence. This is about, you know, what's between the ears here, what's in the noggin. And we can have different ways that we want to go about doing things. We can have ways of controlling situations or controlling, through communication. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to text instead of picking up the phone to call. This can be a way, like, no, I can't talk right now. I can text, but I can't talk. This is like, okay, this is a way of our own control. Maybe the other person only wants to talk and they don't want to text, but you're trying, you know what I mean? So this is like, what, is there a right? Is there a wrong? These are things to look at. What kind of ways are we trying to control or manipulate a conversation so it tips in our favor, but why we are acting as if it was equal the whole time? Okay, we're going to be seeing a lot of things about manipulation and how we are using our words, using our minds to manipulate and control other people. And it happens all the time. And sometimes we're unaware of it. Sometimes we're not aware of our own manipulative tactics. Sometimes they're so engraved deeply into us, interwoven into our patterns from a young child. These are, behavioral things that we develop over time. So this Mercury retrograde is going to be highlighting those things. How are we manipulating conversations? How are we manipulating other people? How are we not showing up for other people, but wanting them to show up the same for us? We had all this beautiful Virgo energy, which is like, go, go, go. This is you and your environment. This is your dreams coming to life. This is your passions. Well, that stuff is still carrying on, but now it's all about connecting with the other. Not losing sight of who we are, the Leo energy that we had, not losing sight of our vision, not losing sight of the goals that we have created for ourselves during Virgo season. But at the same time, this is, how do we become better communicators? How do we become better listeners? How do we become more empathic with the moon here squaring? Because if I'm honoring so much of you, I'm not honoring myself. If I'm honoring so much of myself, I'm not honoring you. And there is a happy medium. There is a balance. And this month we get to find it. Whatever it is, we get to find it. And I have to say this, because this is my first video I've put up since in this particular Mercury retrograde. There are so many, you guys follow me, there are so many astrologers that say don't travel, don't get into a relationship, don't sign a contract. My friends, just take your time. If we need to make big decisions about something, we don't stop life just because we're closer to our planet of communication, information, and trade goods and services. Just because we're closer to that planet, and through storytelling of time, this is what we've associated Mercury with. And we can understand that, yes, computers get funky sometimes. Electronics get funky sometimes when the antenna is too close of Mercury to Earth. And this is just saying, slow things down, take time to maintenance. And if we're maintaining our electronics, if we're maintaining our computers, we're maintaining how we interact from here to here, and how this comes along and connects with the outside world. There are, the chakra system, we don't talk about chakras a lot here on this channel, but there are only 2 chakras that release energy. This is so important. There are 2 chakras that release energy: your throat chakra and your sexual, your sacral chakra, sexual glands. So our throat is how we communicate with the world. Our sexual drive, our sexual glands, this is our passion, our creativity. Okay, so this is like where Venus is in Scorpio right now. This deep driving, yes, this is what I want. This is what I go after. I have this burning inside of me, this fuel. And that's exactly what we have in all of us. We have this fuel, oil. We have this oil at the base of our spines, right? And that we release when we connect with other people. So if we're out of balance in either of our, orange would be the sacral, blue would be the throat chakra, contrast colors. So when we're out of balance here, we take it out oftentimes on people in the world around us if we're not in balance. So this is, again, hugely, especially since Mercury is square to Pluto during this time. And Pluto, ruling Scorpio, dealing with sex, power, the things that are hidden, the things out of plain sight. Well, again, this is your throat chakra. This is what's in plain sight all the time. This is what's not. And we're squaring off here. Where you're imbalanced, where you're not appreciating or valuing yourself or hiding things from yourself is going to come out, and it's going to come out most likely in abrupt conversations with other people. Well, here it's easy flow of conversations with other people. What we want, the goal would be to discover these aspects about ourselves, fall in love with ourselves, let go of whatever aspects of ourselves that we're not falling in love with, things that no longer serve who we are, change those things about ourselves. The universe is here, seeking new information to do so, and putting our emotions in check and saying, look, I honor that you're my emotions, but you're not going to rule me. I'm not going to miss out on life because whatever. You know, I'm going to go live my life. Now, at the same time, I have to do this and you're going to hate me. At the same time, if there's this sense of you're always on go, 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 and there's the FUD, fear of missing out, FOMO. Sorry, FUD is fear of uncertainty and doubt. And FOMO is fear of missing out. Either way, they both kind of work in this. So it's like, if you're constantly on the chase, the go, 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 I've got to be with my friends, I've got to go with the next thing, and you're never taking time to honor yourself and honor your emotions, you know, now we've flipped the script here. So this is like saying, are we taking too much time by chasing the party? Are we taking too much time, what's next, and not honoring this here, this now, this present, the emotion. Again, it's both sides, but I have to. You know, it is what it is. My friends, I love you. I miss you. I had to take a couple days here to go internal for myself. Mercury Retrograde. This is our day. Enjoy a Tuesday and a Wednesday. I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.